You're sitting across from your partner at the kitchen table, sharing a cup of coffee, and there's a warmth in the air that comes from years of shared memories. Maybe you're newly dating, feeling that spark of excitement again after years on your own. Or perhaps you're wondering if intimacy, that vital part of life, still has a place in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. For many seniors, the topic of sex can feel like a whisper in a room full of louder concerns. Health, finances, family. But here's the truth. Intimacy matters, and it matters deeply. It's not just about physical pleasure. It's about connection, joy, and a sense of vitality that can light up your golden years. If you're an older adult in America wondering why sex is still worth talking about, this guide, crafted for the Senior Health Channel, is for you. We'll explore why intimacy is a cornerstone of well-being, how it benefits your body and soul, and how to navigate the changes that come with aging, all in a way that feels like a heart-to-heart with a trusted friend. Our goal is to empower you to embrace closeness, whether with a longtime partner or a new companion, and to live with more vibrancy and purpose. Let's start by peeling back the layers of what intimacy means for seniors. It's more than just the physical act of sex, though that's certainly part of it. Intimacy is the closeness you feel when you hold hands during a quiet walk, the laughter shared over a private joke, the comfort of a hug that says, "I'm here." For seniors, it's about connection, emotional, physical, and even spiritual, that reminds you you're alive, loved, and part of something meaningful. In your 60s and beyond, life often brings changes, retirement, empty nests, or health challenges. These shifts can make intimacy feel less urgent or harder to prioritize, but they also make it more precious. Studies from places like the American Association of Retired Persons show that many seniors remain sexually active well into their 70s and 80s, and those who do often report higher life satisfaction. Why? Because intimacy is a lifeline, a way to stay anchored to yourself and others in a world that sometimes feels unsteady. Think about someone like Margaret, a 67-year-old widow from Ohio. After losing her husband of 40 years, she thought her days of romance were over, but at a community dance, she met Tom, a kind 70-year-old with a quick smile. Their date started with coffee, then long walks, and eventually, a cautious but joyful return to physical closeness. Margaret found that being intimate with Tom didn't just rekindle her sense of desire. It made her feel vibrant, confident, and connected to life in a way she hadn't expected. Her story isn't unique. Across America, seniors are rediscovering that intimacy, in all its forms, is a gift that doesn't fade with age. It's not about chasing youth. It's about embracing the richness of now. So why does sex matter for seniors? Let's start with the physical benefits, because they're more powerful than you might think. When you engage in sexual activity, your body gets a workout that's gentle but effective. It boosts your heart rate, improves blood flow, and releases endorphins, those feel-good chemicals that lift your mood. Researchers at places like the University of Chicago have found that regular sexual activity in older adults is linked to lower rates of heart disease and better overall cardiovascular health. It's like taking a brisk walk but with a lot more fun. For someone like Robert, a 68-year-old from Texas who had a heart scare a few years back, staying intimate with his wife became a way to keep his heart strong. His doctor even encouraged it, noting that the physical activity of sex, when safe for his condition, was a great way to stay active without overdoing it. Sex also helps keep your muscles and joints in shape. As we age, staying flexible and mobile becomes a priority, and the gentle movements of intimacy can help. It's not about acrobatics. Think of it as a natural way to keep your body limber. For example, Susan, a 65-year-old from California with mild arthritis, found that being intimate with her partner helped ease her joint stiffness. The warmth and movement loosened her up, and the emotional connection made her feel less focused on her aches. Plus, sexual activity can improve sleep. The release of hormones like oxytocin and prolactin after intimacy promotes relaxation, helping you drift off more easily. If you're like many seniors who struggle with restless nights, this is a benefit that's hard to ignore. Another physical perk is pain relief. Those endorphins we mentioned, they're your body's natural painkillers. Studies from institutions like the Mayo Clinic suggest that sexual activity can reduce chronic pain, including back pain or arthritis discomfort, which many seniors face. For someone like James, a 71-year-old from Florida with lower back pain. Intimacy with his partner became a way to feel better without relying solely on pills. It wasn't a cure, but it was a moment of relief that made his days brighter. And let's not forget the immune system. Research from Wilkes University in Pennsylvania has shown that regular sexual activity can boost your immune response, helping you fend off colds and infections. For seniors, staying healthy is a top concern, and intimacy is one enjoyable way to support that goal. But the benefits of intimacy go far beyond the physical. Let's talk about your mind and emotions, because that's where sex and closeness really shine. Aging can bring moments of loneliness, especially if you've lost a spouse, moved away from friends, or seen your social circle shrink. Intimacy is a powerful antidote. When you share physical or emotional closeness with someone, your body releases oxytocin, often called the cuddle hormone. It fosters trust and bonding, making you feel connected and cared for. For someone like Linda, a 69-year-old from Michigan who felt isolated after retiring, starting a new relationship brought her back to life. The simple act of holding hands or sharing a kiss with her partner reminded her she wasn't alone. Psychologists at places like Harvard University have found that strong social connections, including intimate ones, are linked to lower rates of depression and anxiety in older adults. Intimacy also boosts your confidence and sense of self. As you age, it's easy to feel like society overlooks you or to struggle with changes in your body's appearance or function. Being desired and close with someone reminds you that you're still vital, attractive, and worthy of love. Take George, a 72-year-old from New York who started dating again after a divorce. He was nervous about his aging body, but his new partner's affection helped him see himself in a new light. That confidence spilled over into other parts of his life, from joining a book club to trying new hobbies. Studies from the Journal of Gerontology confirm that seniors who maintain intimate relationships often report higher self-esteem and a stronger sense of purpose. Then there's the joy factor. Intimacy is fun, plain and simple. It's a chance to laugh, play, and feel alive in a way that cuts through the routine of daily life. For seniors who might feel weighed down by responsibilities like caregiving or health concerns, those moments of lightness are priceless. Think of Betty and Frank, a couple in their late 60s from Illinois. They've been married for decades, but they still make time for intimacy, whether it's a quiet evening of cuddling or a more physical connection. They say it's like a secret weapon that keeps their marriage fresh and their spirits high. Research from the National Institute on Aging supports this, showing that seniors who prioritize intimacy report higher levels of happiness and life satisfaction. Intimacy also strengthens relationships, which are a cornerstone of healthy aging. Whether you're with a spouse of 50 years or a new partner, closeness builds trust and understanding. It's not just about sex. It's about the small gestures, like a touch on the arm or a shared glance, that say, "We're in this together." For someone like Clara, a 70-year-old from Arizona, intimacy with her husband became a way to navigate the stress of their daughter's health issues. Those moments of connection reminded them they were a team, capable of facing anything. Psychologists note that strong relationships, fueled by intimacy, can act as a buffer against life's challenges, from financial worries to health setbacks. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Aging changes how intimacy works, and that's okay. Your body isn't the same as it was at 30, and neither is your partner's. Hormonal shifts like lower estrogen in women or testosterone in men can affect desire or physical response. Conditions like arthritis, diabetes, or heart disease might make certain activities trickier. Medications, think blood pressure pills or antidepressants, can dampen libido or cause side effects like dryness or erectile difficulties. But these changes don't mean intimacy is off the table. They just mean you need to adapt, communicate, and sometimes get a little creative. Take Ellen, a 66-year-old from Colorado with menopause-related dryness. She felt embarrassed at first, but a frank talk with her doctor led to a prescription for a lubricant, which made intimacy comfortable again. For men, erectile challenges are common. About half of men over 60 experience some degree of difficulty, according to the Cleveland Clinic. But options like medications, lifestyle changes, or even focusing on non-penetrative intimacy can keep things fulfilling. For example, Paul, a 69-year-old from Nevada, worked with his doctor to try a low-dose medication and found that taking things slow with his partner made their connection even deeper. The key is openness. talking to your partner and your doctor about what's going on. In America, where healthcare access through Medicare is common, seniors have resources to address these issues, from urologists to gynecologists who specialize in aging. Communication is the bedrock of intimacy at any age, but it's especially crucial in your 60s and beyond. You might feel shy about discussing desire or challenges, but honest talks can transform your relationship. For instance, Joan and Henry, a couple in their early 70s from Oregon, hit a rough patch when Henry's heart medication lowered his libido. Instead of letting frustration build, they sat down and talked about what they both wanted: more closeness, even if it wasn't always sexual. They started scheduling date nights at home, complete with candles and music, and found new ways to connect, like massaging each other's shoulders or simply cuddling. Relationship experts at places like the Gottman Institute emphasize that vulnerability, sharing your needs and fears, builds trust and keeps intimacy alive. Don't shy away from seeking help. Doctors, therapists, and even sex therapists can offer guidance tailored to seniors. In the U.S., many healthcare providers are trained to discuss sexual health with older adults, and Medicare often covers visits for related concerns like hormone therapy or pelvic health. For example, Patricia, a 71-year-old from South Carolina, visited a gynecologist for menopause symptoms and learned about treatments that made intimacy more comfortable. Products like lubricants, available at any pharmacy, can ease physical discomfort, and devices like vibrators can add variety and fun. The key is to see these as tools, not taboos. They're just part of embracing intimacy at any age. Let's bust a few myths while we're at it. Some people think sex is only for the young, but that's nonsense. Surveys from the National Poll on Healthy Aging show that most seniors over 60 value intimacy, and many are active. Another myth is that aging kills desire. While libido can change, it doesn't disappear. An emotional connection often makes intimacy richer. Finally, some believe seniors don't need to worry about STIs or safety, but that's simply not true. Safe practices are essential at any age. Clearing up these misconceptions can free you to enjoy intimacy without shame or fear. Intimacy also has a ripple effect, touching every part of your life. It can make you feel more engaged with the world, whether you're volunteering at your local library or hosting a family barbecue. It can give you the energy to try new things, like taking up photography or traveling to a new city. For someone like Edward, a 74-year-old from Wisconsin, staying intimate with his partner inspired him to join a community theater group, something he'd never considered before. The confidence and joy from their closeness spilled over, making him feel like he could take on anything. For caregivers, supporting a loved one's intimacy is just as important. If you're caring for a spouse or parent, recognize that their need for connection doesn't vanish with age or illness. Encourage open conversations about their desires and help them access resources like doctor visits or support groups. For example, Karen, a 62-year-old caring for her husband with Parkinson's, worked with his doctor to adjust his medications, which improved his energy for intimacy. Small acts, like setting up a cozy date night at home, can make a big difference. As we wrap up, think about what intimacy means to you. Maybe it's a passionate moment with your partner, a quiet cuddle on the couch, or the thrill of a new romance. Whatever form it takes, it's a vital part of living well in your 60s and beyond. It's not about chasing some Hollywood ideal. It's about embracing the connection that makes you feel alive. You deserve that joy, that closeness, that sense of being fully you. So, take a step today. Talk to your partner, call your doctor, or simply hold someone's hand a little longer. Life is too precious to let these moments pass by. In your golden years, intimacy is a gift you give yourself and those you love. It's a way to stay healthy, happy, and connected in a world that needs more of all three. Here's to embracing closeness, to feeling vibrant, and to living with a heart wide open. Thank you for joining us on the Senior Health Channel, where we're all about helping you thrive. Keep shining, and we'll see you in the next guide.